So we are working with the Yamaha Clavinova CVP-805, and I'm just going to take a peek at the keyboard here. If I can. I guess I can't. So it's in selfie mode. That's okay. So we're going to, first and foremost, we're going to turn the keyboard on. So I'm just going to bring it over here, and that is the on switch right there. So I just press that button. And that should make everything start to work. It will take a few seconds for things to boot up. And once this screen finishes loading, which is right down here, you will start to get, hopefully, some sound coming out. And it is taking its time to load up. Okay. And if we take a look at the screen here.
At least you got something that looks nice.
So we have our Yamaha CVP-805 Clavinova. We've just turned it on by the on switch over here. You just press the button here. And after, it takes about 20 seconds for the main screen to load up. And once it has done so, we have piano, which is the main default piano sound that we would want to use there. All right, so things that you will want to make use of for sure, especially if you're a singer, is the transposer feature, which is right here. So it's just a little bit further over from the power button. And if I am in the key of C major and I press plus, using the transposer feature on the Yamaha Clavinova CVP-805. So we have the transposer feature here, which is plus and -1. But when I go over to the main screen, I can see that it offers, it says master. And if I actually touch that, I can have it on keyboard, I can have it on song, so I can have it on various things. I'm going to assume that it is master. That is the main one. So here we are in the key of C major, and I'm going to press +1, and that did bring it up. So you will need to, when you press the transposer, make sure that it is on master, and if it is not, then it could be, oops, daisy. It could be on one of the others, which for right now, we're not going to use that. We're just so the next feature we're going to look at on the Yamaha CVP-805 is the metronome feature. So metronome goes on and off, and right now it is ticking at 100 beats per minute. You can see that down here, and it's actually moving in the beats right there. Right now it's doing it in 4. It is possible for it to do it in other times, but we'll take a look at that later. And so if I'm playing, say, this Angelus Gloria, and I want to play it at 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So it will keep you in line with your rhythm along the way. And we can adjust the tempo by just going plus and minus. So right now, and you'll see on the screen, it's moving it forward. So now it is ticking at 120 beats per minute. And if I want to slow it down, I just press the minus sign. And at this point, and I can hold on to it if I want it to go fast. So right now it's moving quite quickly. And we're getting to the metronome tick that I usually play at, 40. So there you go.
And I don't use one.
All right, so those are some features that you're going to want to use. So the next feature, which I think is the one that you want especially, is the USB feature. So we're going to take the USB stick out just so we can just go over what you have to do. So this is a really awesome feature which allows you to record MIDI files from Clavinova to Clavinova, or from any MIDI keyboard for that matter. And so in this case, we're going to take a USB stick and we're just going to pop it in here. Okay, so we've popped it in. It doesn't always go in easily, so just be very gentle when you're doing it, and you can see which side you want it to go up. And it says here, over here, USB is connected. It said that. So in order to access the songs that are already recorded, I have to go to where it says New Songs. So I'm going to click that. All right. There's all kinds of songs that are already preloaded into the keyboard. You can listen to them. There are other people that have played them and they have gone in here. The one that you're going to want to, and you can see there's all kinds of different ones to look at. There's different ones, but the ones you're going to want to look at the most is the one that says MIDI. And I'm just going to, so it's MIDI. So there is 50 popular, 50 classics, lesson, MIDI. So I press MIDI, and all of a sudden it says user. I don't use that one. The user means that we can actually record directly into the keyboard. And we can't put it onto, well, I guess you could put it onto the USB, but we're not going to. We're looking for USB 1. So I just click USB 1, and lo and behold, we have 4 tracks already in there. We have How Beautiful Are the Feet, Peace, and God Shall Wipe Away, and Jesu Joy. If I want to play the track, I have to touch the track that I want. Okay. So I'm going to press Jesu Joy. You'll see that it gets highlighted in gold. Then in order to play the track, I have to go over to here where it says Song Control. And on Song Control, there are a whole bunch of buttons, but the 2 most important ones that you're going to like are the play button, which is the sideways triangle, which also can pause, and the stop button. So I'm going to press the play button, and it should play the track that we recorded at your lesson last week. And you'll see it, for whatever reason, doesn't light up the left hand, but it's lighting up all the keys that I played in the right hand. You can see.
Always lit.
Yeah, that is what's called the split point. That's a different feature. And it could be because of the split point. Anyways, that is how we, and then when I'm finished, I either finish the track and it stops on its own, or I press stop. Now, say I want to stop for a moment and pause the track, I can press that same button again, and that gives me a pause, which is those double vertical lines. And then it just picks it up for where I left off. If I wanted to go forward, which I don't often do, there's a forward, and so I can go forward, and you'll see it takes me through the different bars. Again, in order to get rid of it, I can press the stop button.
So if you wanted to listen to a bar over again,
yes, you could. Forward. You could, if you wanted to listen to it over again, you'd have to probably press backward.
Okay.
You're not going to use that very often.
Okay.
So that is basically the feature that you will use all the time. You can leave this main screen up when you want to. If you prefer the home screen, you just press close. So again, I'll just show you there.
But isn't this the same one here at the end? Is that MIDI too as well?
No, MIDI is I have no idea what that one is at the very end. I don't ever use that. So we want to use MIDI exclusively for right now. Now, say you wanted to record something. Can I get you to hold on to the phone? Doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm going to record something. Actually, I'll borrow it back. I have to go back over to Song Control. So say we want to record the Angelus Gloria. The record feature is the circle that we see right here. Okay. All I have to do is press the circle. Mm-hmm. Now, if I want to play it in a particular rhythm, it's set right now at 60. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to set my metronome on. And I'll get you to hold the phone right now. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now it's recording all this. Now, say I've done the whole piece, I can then press the stop button, and I can play that back. And again, I just press the play button. And again, it seems to be remembering everything up to this split point, so there probably is a feature that we can work with that. Okay, so we've got that. Now, say I want to save that. Say I like what I just did, and I want to save it. I go to the keyboard where it has the little notes. Right now it still is saying the song that we were on, but that doesn't matter. I just press it. And then down in the far left corner is a little disk drive thingy thing right there. I press that. Now, it says, do I want to save it here onto this USB stick? So I say save. And then, right now it says Jesu Joy. So I don't want to have that track, so I'm going to delete. I can either press it individually, or I can just hold on to it and it will remove it. And then I can put my title in. If you want capitals, you have to press the little up arrow. And I usually like to do a capital on the first letter, so I type A, and then I would press the rest of the letters. And it's just like a touch screen. So we've got that there, and I've just written the first 4 letters in there. If I like it, I can press OK. And voila, it is now saved onto that USB stick that you've got there. You'll see it's highlighted, so now I can play it. And say I'm done with that and I don't want it anymore. I just go down to the bottom where it says File in the far left corner, and I press the button that says File, and it gives me a whole bunch of options, and one is a little trash can. So I'm just going to press the trash can here, and it offers me to delete this one, and I say yes. Be careful. If you press that trash can and it accidentally puts check marks on everything, it will delete everything. So you only want to delete just what you want. And it will give you a moment to, it'll tell you. And so I've now deleted that, so I don't any longer have that. And that takes care of the recording feature on the keyboard. Now, other things that you may want to use, if you like other sounds on the piano, you just go over here where it has the voices, and you can press piano, and there are a whole bunch of different pianos to choose from. So this is the one I like the best, which is the default one, but they have Bösendorfer Grand, Studio Grand. Each one sounds a little different. You can probably hear there's a little difference. That one has kind of like a reverb. The one that it defaults to always is the CFX Concert Grand, which is the one you'll want to use frequently. If you like harpsichord and piano, there's VRM piano, grand piano, upright piano, piano layer. So let's see what piano layer says. And in piano layer, we have a whole bunch of other ones. Let's see what this one is. Sounds like an electric piano, kind of. If I want to go further, this little arrow right here, just press that. And we have clavi and we have harpsichord. So I'm going to press the harpsichord and grand harpsichord. Or if I want harpsichord and strings. So there's all kinds of possibilities by just playing around with the voice aspect of it. Say I want to play piano and organ at the same time. I'm going to hold the piano and the organ at the same time, and I should get the different sounds that I want. And so you'll notice at this point, when I press that, it now has lit up main and layer, meaning that we now have two sounds. It's much like an organ with the different stops. If I don't want to have that extra sound, I just press it and it will make sure that it's not highlighted. Now I'm back on my harpsichord and strings. But of course, if I want to go back where I like to be most of the time, I head back to the VRM piano and I'm there. Now, more. Say I want to use one of my tracks, but I want to add some flute to it, and I want to have some fun with the flute. So I go to Jesu Joy, I press the, I'm going to choose a flute, so I'm going to go over to brass and woodwind. You get all kinds of choices here. Brass solo, brass ensemble, so on. Woodwind solo, that's one that I like to go to. And they have all kinds of choices. Orchestral flute is so pretty. And so I can press the play button. And then I can have flute on top. I can layer a flute on top of what I'm doing.
It will put it, even though the thing didn't originally have the flute.
That's right. And it won't record that flute. It will just, you have to play it live. So you're layering on top. Like you're.
So you have to play it. It doesn't play itself.
That's right.
Okay.
And there are so many different sounds that you can use. Like if, I love the string sounds. They have string string ensemble is very, very pretty. Let's just see. Yours has many different things that mine does. It says Seattle Classical. So you can have the strings. If you want to go back to the brass solo and you just love the sound of a trumpet. And it really sounds quite like the instrument actually too, because they're sampled from real instruments. So there's all of those aspects as well. And I'm going to hit the stop button now.